All right. Good afternoon. Welcome back here to Trader Minute. Great to have you aboard. My apologies there. I got a note saying that no volume on that last video. So give me just 2 minutes or 20 seconds here. I'm just waiting to get the thumbs up on audio here. We've had a couple technical issues that have happened. So one of them affected the trade alert that went out for CSX, and the text did not go out. We did get the tweet. We did see the email go out. I did it on video, but without audio there, and the trade is posted in the message feed. So no audio on that last video, plus no text alert there, and they are looking into that here for us. Again, it's the reason why we send it out in so many different ways. Just most of the time, and in fact, the text is the most reliable, I guess, other than the Twitter. But anyway, for situations here like this. So, all right, get thumbs up. We do have audio, so let's go. Quick summary here. Bought some CSX. All right, we had 3 triggers that happened here today: EOG, Disney, CSX. I went with CSX because CSX has already reported earnings. EOG and Disney haven't. Earnings are priced into the options, and with only the $800 to play with, I went with CSX here on that. Now, because of the fill price that I got, because the stock bumped up just a little bit, I overpaid by $8. So we have the $3,008 challenge rather than the 3,000 challenge. So my apologies there for that. But looking at some of the fill prices that are happening since, everyone's getting a better price than I did. So it shouldn't be affecting it too much there with it. So that leaves me going into the close here today with Netflix and CSX. Netflix has kind of been all over the place here today. If you look at Netflix chart, it's not an unusual type of move or day for Netflix, but we've seen talk, over the different streaming content, and stuff coming from Showtime and whatnot there. So our Netflix option here is 1050, and I'm gonna go with that into the close. Slightly green here, would sure be nice to see it continue the run that that has started to emerge here, and see it continue into next week. We definitely have an option that will pay off nicely, if we get that thrust up to the profit level or that initial price target there. So that leaves Netflix, leaves CSX. All the data is in here, and we'll run with those into the close. I did a quick summary of the ISM report, and I'm just going to summarize it here. The ISM number, it was slightly better than expected, right? Slightly better than expected, but still showing contraction, right? There's an idea out there in the market about green shoots, and this, have we seen the economy contract, and now are we going to see some green shoots, and meaning, are we going to start to see some economic expansion, right? And I think this ISM number goes to this idea of green shoots when it comes to the new orders. And yes, it's still showing contraction below 50, but significantly better than last month. Now, investors are going to want to see, is this just a one-time bounce, or is there some material improvement here? And I think you can look at some of the other numbers like the inventories and the imports and pricing, and you go, okay, this really isn't all that great. But it does start to bring in this idea of, yes, the economy is contracting, but it's contracting at a slower rate, which in a second derivative world is actually bullish, not bearish. And, you could argue that anything is bullish in this market. But, we do see that from the ISM data. But bottom line, with the data that we have seen today, with the earnings that we have seen over the last couple of weeks, I think there's a deep significance with them. The significance is that it has given the markets a breather. It's given the markets a way to kind of allay some of the heavy concerns that it has had over the economy, over earnings, over revenues. Not that things are all great, grand, and wonderful, but things didn't erode in a significant way. Now, ultimately, they still could. But what it says is that, look, bulls are in charge unless there's a catalyst. If the Bears are going to take over, the Bears have to have a catalyst. It's not going to be a market where investors are going to look at the earnings and they're going to look at the economic data and use that as reasoning to sell. You can say, well, there's no real substitution and all of that, and you're right. You're right. Those things are part of it. But we're not going to see investors super eager to sell without a catalyst. In fact, look at yesterday's catalyst and how little selling we saw really happen in the market off of that catalyst. And so the market, the Bears, they're going to need a big catalyst. Could they get it? They sure could, right? I'm not going to say it can't happen. We can wake up Monday and, somebody launched a nuclear bomb or an asteroid hit the Earth or, there's a million different hypothetical scenarios. A transformer, thawed from the Atlantic Ocean and, okay. And now I'm getting a little ridiculous Hollywood, but you see what I'm getting at. There's always stuff that could happen, right? But bottom line, for the Bears to really get control, they're going to need a catalyst to come into play, for that to happen. Okay. Alrighty, so that's what I'm doing going into the weekend here. Hope you have a fantastic weekend, first weekend of November. I'll be back on with you here Monday, and we'll talk to you then. Take care.